The Day Before, developed over 5 years by the now-defunct FNTASTIC, was a major disappointment in its early access release. Touted as an online zombie survival shooter, it failed to deliver on its promises. Lacking MMO elements and barely functioning as a survival shooter, performance issues plagued the game, especially on high-end PCs, making it a frustrating experience. The gameplay primarily involved aimlessly collecting loot in a static cityscape with minimal threat from zombies. The game's user interface was minimal, with clunky navigation and ineffective multiplayer communication options. There were glaring omissions like melee combat and a meaningful open-world setup. The game essentially revolved around collecting loot and reaching extraction points. With no persistent progression system, players often found themselves regressing after losing all gear upon death. The NPCs were poorly written and voiced, and there was a lack of engaging story content beyond the initial tutorial. The game environment was unimpressive, with no unique weather effects or zombie encounters. High-powered groups frequently exploited the game's design, making it difficult for individual players or smaller squads to progress. Despite a variety of weapons available, the game's overall design, sound, and mechanics were underwhelming. The inclusion of cars in the game seemed pointless and poorly implemented. The game's many issues were compounded by an unfixed currency duplication glitch, and there was no hope of resolution following the closure of FNTASTIC. Overall, The Day Before was considered one of the worst games played by the reviewer. With a lifeless map, pointless story, and infuriating progression system, its early access release was plagued with problems, and Steam began refunding purchases shortly after its release. The game server shutdown seemed inevitable, leaving many unanswered questions about its troubled development.